De Bruyne's corner. Holland! Goal! Salah. It's Mo Salah. It's Mo Salah. Absolutely sensational.
Why is the cat playing? Hang on. For fuck. What? What the hell was that? Sorry, I think I clicked the wrong thing. I'm alive. Welcome back to another Deadline stream. Welcome, everyone. How are we doing? Don't even ask about the cat jam. I was messing around with it before going live because it was in the wrong spot on the stream, and I think I forgot to hide it. Ah, what a start indeed, Razan. Welcome to the stream. I was like, what the hell? Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? Blank Gameweek 31. Last stream for a while. We've got a break after this. Boring. But it is Blank Gameweek 31. Salah's injured as well, so brilliant. It's all gone wrong. I'm about to sell Salah. Might be the last time I've ever owned Salah, or I ever owned Salah in FPL. We'll see. Maybe they'll get double game week and I'll fall for the trap again. For the third time this season. Who's the cat bringing in? Oh, you know, I did the video with Eric, the current number 1 in the world. Someone left a comment. They were like, "What breed is your cat?" They thought Teddy was a cat. Poor Teddy. Anyway, welcome to the stream. FPL Vibe, Cheeseman Chris, Ash. How we doing, Ash? David's here, Toast. We've got Callum, FPL Duazi, Luke's here, Razan, Suki, Pudding Productions, Matty, 2000 Man. Ratto, FPL Fellas here. He says, afternoon, Oscar. What's the plans during the break? I'm going away for just a couple of nights with Miss Focal. We haven't been on holiday in ages, so we're doing like just a couple of nights in the spa. Pretty much just that. My mates are coming over tomorrow for a poker night, but yeah, I don't even know who's on tomorrow night. I'll miss that game, but we're playing poker with the boys tomorrow night, so that'll be good fun to host as well. Jack Scott says hello from Gibraltar. Shout out Gibraltar. So what's everyone got planned for the break? Anyone doing anything interesting? What's your plan? So Salah's out now, so I'm going to have to sell Salah. And I'm just looking at getting Wilson in, basically. Long story short, that's it. Salah to Wilson this week. I think Wilson is probably, in theory, the second best mid this week. So at least there's that. At least I'm bringing in a midfielder that's going to be quite highly owned. Where's Teddy? He's here. He's around. He's looking at me now because I've said his name. He might be with us in a bit. Mohammed says, good evening, Oscar. I've got nothing in the bank. Do I sell Richards to Rodon or Timber to Chow? I've already used the wild card in 24. Ah, okay. So you've already wild carded. In that case, So I guess you can't afford Richards to Anderson. I think Rodon looks good. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do. Yeah, I think Richards to Rodon. There is a chance that Leeds can double in 33. It's not that likely, but it's possible. Big up to the fellow Chihuahua owner, says Greg. Why not Gordon? Yeah, Gordon's good as well. I think it's really close between them. I was looking on the captain widget just before going live, and Gordon and Wilson are both on 4 stars. Bruno's top on 5, so he's basically top for projected points this week. Oh, Tim, how we doing? Well, thank you for renewing the membership, Tim. Appreciate you, mate. How we doing? Team sorted, or are you waiting until near deadline? Hope you're well, Tim. So yeah, Wilson, Gordon, Palmer 4 stars, Anderson 3. I guess no one's vice captain in Anderson or anything, are they? But yeah, Bruno top this week. AKB says free hit advice, please. So I've launched a new widget on FPL.page. It's free, and it's got the projected team of the week using the projected points for the best possible team. And this is how that team looks. So it's Leno, Anderson, Hall, Chow, Bruno, Gordon, Palmer, Szoboszlai, Wilson, Bowen, and Thiago. So how many players has everyone got from the team of the week? It's fpl.page/team of the week with dashes between the words, or it's on the Focal app menu if you want to have a look at that. Tim the Goat is here, says D Herbert. How we doing, Dan? Good to see. He just got 4. So I'll have Anderson, Bruno, Wilson. Yeah, 4 as well. Just 4 for me. Yeah, it's in the Play Store. There's a link in the description if you just want to go directly that way. But yeah, it's in the Play Store. It's in the iOS App Store. It's free to install. Loads of good stuff on there to help you out, making better decisions every week. This is Dave, says he's got 8 players starting. He's got 1 free transfer. Should I -4 to get Palmer and Gordon to start 10, or -8 to get Chowan? Injuries have screwed me over. No, I'd go for the -4. I personally wouldn't take a -4 for a defender this week. It's definitely got potential to come off, but I could take a -4 to sell Mukiele, and I'm actually just not gonna. I'm just going to leave it as it is and hope Mukiele plays. But even if Mukiele was out, I actually don't think I would do it. So yeah, that's the team of the week. Bench players didn't quite make it. Martinez, Calvert-Lewin, Cash and Van Dijk. And that uses FPL Review's premium model to make this team. So like when the deadline passes later, you'll be able to have an early look at the GW32 team of the week. Although obviously 32 is absolutely miles away. Who's planning to wildcard 32? Are you guys just going to wait for the FA Cup results? Because I'm planning to wildcard 32, but I'm going to wait for those FA Cup results first. I don't think there's even many price changes that I'd want to jump on anyway. Mark Rendell. Hi Oscar, I've got 2 free transfers. He's got 1.8 mil, so he's got Dubravka, Ryan. Okay, so in terms of blanks, Raya, Gabriel, Rice, Haaland. 1 week punts for the wildcard next. So I think Haaland to like an Ekatike looks nice. So in defence you've got Van Dijk, Hill, okay. And then I would do Rice to Wilson, and I would leave it at that and play a 3-5-2 mark. So Wilson, yeah, Wilson and Ekatike in. DJ Forever says, yeah, 90% wildcarding in 32. Yeah, I think it's either, if you still got it, that is, I think it's either wildcard 32 or wildcard 35. Both of those would be before a double game week. The 36 double is going to be really small. It's probably going to be City and Palace. There's a graphic from FPL Spaceman. I don't know if this is quite fitting in, but he's got the fixture permutations of the double in 33 and the double in 36. So the likeliest double game week 33 would be the following teams: Brighton, Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle, Burnley and Man City. So 6 teams doubling, and then the likeliest there would be Man City and Palace doubling 36. So he's basically listed all the possible permutations and percentages of each one happening. But in a nutshell, that double game week 33, that top line there is the likeliest one, because other permutations below have also got that. You know, for example, the third one has also got Bournemouth and Leeds joining them. The fourth one's got West Ham and Everton joining that. So yeah, in a nutshell, That's the predicted double game week 33. Oh, 5 gifted memberships from FPL Apprentice. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you. Thanks for the support. How are we doing? Hope you're well. Appreciate your support, mate. If you haven't seen the FPL Apprentice's channel, check him out. Although that said, we were talking the other day and he's in two minds about keeping it going. So, but do check him out. Like, it's with Matt Corbridge, former #1 all-time manager. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate you, mate. So that's what I would do, Mark. Mosiah says, thoughts on Salah to Palmer? If not, who else? I think Wilson, Gordon, Palmer would be my top 3, maybe in that order. How we doing, Edja? Good to see you, mate. Dante says, can you show us that team again? Yeah, here it is. So, team of the week: Leno, Anderson, Hall, Chow, Bruno, Gordon, Palmer, Zabozlai, Wilson, Bowen, and Thiago. And this widget automatically updates itself based on like team news or injuries, or if there's a change in the predicted minutes for a player, that sort of thing. So you'll notice if you go back to this like the next day, it might have just changed 1 or 2 players. But yeah, that is the latest and probably final team of the week. Playboy Carty, thanks for the 31 months. Hope you're well, mate. He says, evening, what are you doing this week? I'm looking at Salah to Wilson, and then I'll just leave it. I could end up with like 10 players this week if Mukiele doesn't play. I'm a little bit worried even in Boomba it might not start. I hope I'm wrong on that. Chazza says, is Mukiele out? Labrie said it's going to be like a late fitness test on Mukiele, Lefay, Roofs, and I think Ballard. And he didn't rule out all 4 of those playing. I don't know if all 4 will, realistically. But we don't actually know much other than that they've got a chance of playing. So I'm just playing him and hoping for the best. I could end up down to 10 players. When was Salah out? He got injured in the Champions League and asked to come off, and then Slot said he's out. So that just makes that Salah transfer even stupider. But anyway, it is what it is. That's FPL. Very annoying. Like, if I'd not done that, I'd be on more points and I'd have an extra transfer. So, a bit of a disaster. Or would it be an extra 2 transfers, I think? Well, it depends what I would have done, I suppose. But yeah, there's a few different options I looked at last week. And I picked the wrong one. In another world, Salah and Ekitike start against Spurs and they batter them, and Liverpool don't drop 2 points. But yeah, it was a bit of a punt. I shouldn't have done it. You live and you learn. Definitely a learning moment, that one. It was also just a bit stupid before a blank game week because I was really banking on nothing going wrong. Otherwise, I would be up against it in the blank, and then that's exactly what's happened. Salah's got injured. Oh, Bellman with the 5 gifted as well. Thank you very much. Thank you, FPL Apprentice. Thank you, Bellman, as well, for the 5 gifted. Welcome to the 10 new members. If you've got one of those, make sure you say thanks. Good evening, Oscar. Wishing you a good gaming. Love you. Thank you, El Senor Lump. Appreciate you. Thank you. I'm 3 says, I've got 10 starters plus Mukiele. Bench is blank. Should I say my transfers? Yeah, I would. Like, if I had a couple of free transfers, I still don't think I would sell Mukiele. I don't think the upside's that massive with defenders. So, Max says, Rodgers to Wilson, start Rodgers and roll 2. Yeah, I would just start Rodgers. I feel like Rodgers to Wilson's a small upgrade. I know Rodgers has been bad, but he's got West Ham home. I don't know if I'd do that if I had him. Yeah, I would roll, unless there's someone else you can sell, but I'm guessing not. DJ Forever says, thanks for the membership. I thought I already was. There you go. Apparently you weren't. Yeah, thank you again, Bellman and FPL Apprentice. Appreciate you guys. T Blake Music said, Gordon / Zobo from -4 to get 11 players, or who? I think, yeah, I'd be tempted to do a hit for an attacker like Gordon. Like, it's Sunderland home. They could have a few players out still. I know everyone says like Sunderland's not an easy fixture, and it is a derby, I suppose, but it's a home game for Newcastle. Sunderland's underlying numbers have actually been pretty poor defensively, so I really don't mind it, especially when he's on pens. He's been playing striker. I would, yeah, I would do that. Tuna says start Mukiele and roll or sell O'Reilly and bench Mukiele. I need a defender for 5.9. I've got no wildcard. You're playing free hit. So given you don't have a wildcard, I would leave it, Tuna. I think those transfers are going to be worth more later. Like you might need them to get through the blank in 34, for example. Or maybe you'll end up changing your mind and you'll free hit the blank and you'll spend your moves getting a really good team out for the double Gameweek 33. So yeah, I actually don't think I would do it. I would just leave him and just hope he plays. Gets an honest 2-pointer. Harsh says he's got no transfers. Team is Van Dijk, Tete. So he benches Semenyo, O'Reilly, Gabriel with a double Gameweek 33. Should I use the wildcard and a bench boost? No free hit. So how many players blanking? So you got... Or starters, I should ask. So you got Van Dijk, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you got 10. So I would... I would be inclined to take a -4 and sell Semenyo. I don't know how much you've got in the bank because you haven't said. But if you can afford like Semenyo to Palmer -4 to get 11 out, I would do that. I think I've read that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you got 10 players there. Hang on. No, sorry. So that doesn't make sense. It's your keeper you're missing. I would just leave it. I would go keeperless if that's what you're saying. I think you've got 10 outfield players, so I would just leave it. I wouldn't take a -4 for a keeper. Alex says, call me stupid, but I've replaced Haaland with Bowen as differential. He seems to get returns regularly, regardless of whether it's goals or DEFCON. Yeah, you know what? I don't mind the Bowen pick at all. Like, he was up there in the experts video. I had him on the thumbnail in the players to buy video, so I'm with you, Alex. I think he's perfectly fine to buy this week. Another one that's on pens. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, he's quietly doing really well this season, Bowen. Like, everyone sort of wrote him off because they reclassified him as a forward. And to be fair, if he was a midfielder, he would have been ridiculous. Given the extra points for each goal and the clean sheet points. I guess they haven't kept many clean sheets, but he's having a good season. I think he's not that many points behind Thiago. So, what was he, like 4th top forward? I don't mind that. Logical says, hi mate, do you think it's worth a -4 for a mid? I've only got 5.4 mil for it. But after 2 free transfers and I've got 10 starting, Miley to Ramsey or Tavernier. I only have 5.4 mil for it, but after 2 free transfers, I still only have 10 starting. Miley to No, I wouldn't do Miley to Ramsey. Tavernier. Yeah, I would say... Yeah, I think that's worth it. I don't mind -4s when you literally have 10 players and you're buying an attacker. I mean, let's do a hit poll. So captain poll is 74% Bruno, 18% Wilson, 5% other, 3% Gordon. So let's do a hit poll. None, -4, -8, -12 or more. Poll is up, so vote on that, whether you're taking one or not, and if you are, how many. Edjar, thank you for the 18 months. He says, keep up the good work, Oscar. Thank you, Edjar. Appreciate you, mate. I hope you're well. Thanks for that. Duncan has got 1 free transfer, 11 player, and he says, Scott to Wilson, worth it or save? Scott... What? Yeah, I've seen Scott's name a few times recently. Am I missing something with Scott? Is he like slowly ticking along and I'm missing it? Is he just good for DEFCONs? Oh, he's done alright lately. It's an upgrade, but is it worth it? He's doing alright this season, 106 points. I don't think I would... Oh, it's really close, that one. Scott to Wilson. I think I probably would. I don't know if you guys play like this, but sometimes I just think this week I can't be bothered to like deal with the stress of a really high-owned player with a great fixture not being in my team. Are any of you like that with Wilson or other times this season? sometimes I just think I just want to enjoy my weekend, and I can't be asked to have to stress about Wilson hauling against Burnley. So like I'm actually okay with having to sell Salah, even though it's been a disaster transfer, because at least I can look forward to that and not have to stress about him smashing Burnley. So I would do it, honestly. I think it's a decent upgrade. But does anyone else ever do that? You just like, if someone's got like 90% effective ownership, it's like, oh, screw this, I'm buying them. Like, they've got good fixtures. I'm not going to try and be clever. Let's just buy them. Greg says he feels like that with Wilson. What would it take for you not to wildcard 32? There'd have to be some proper FA Cup upsets, I suppose. I think it's almost certainly happening though, because my team's okay after, but not great. Because I'm going to buy Wilson, and then he'll have Liverpool away, so it just makes my team weaker. Like, I would have been a bit more open to it if I'd kept Salah, because like Salah had Fulham home in 32, but now it's like my team just has got a bit worse for 32. So pretty sure I'm using it. Harsh, thank you for the 1 month. He says Kelleher keeps. I'm confused of when to wildcard and bench boost. So what a lot of people are doing is they're going to wildcard after this week, so wildcard 32, because after the next FA Cup round, before the 32 deadline, we'll know who's going to double in Gameweek 33. So therefore, you can wildcard in 32, you can bench boost in 33 with a really strong bench that you just set up for with your wildcard, and if you still got your free hit, you can use that in 34. But there's other strategies, like you can wildcard in 35. Bench boost 36, but I'm on that first strategy, and we're predicting double Gameweek 33 to look like that. Mark says, do I start Keane or Stev, Oscar? I would say a Stev just edges it there, but pretty close, just because I guess he's more likely to start than Keane, but it's hard to know because Moyes said like they're going to be in and around it when he was asked about Tarkowski and Bramthwaite, so I'd probably just go Stev. Probably both concede, honestly. Bellman says, can you read the chat for 5 months? Missed it. For 5 months? Wait, what? What did I miss, Bellman? I totally missed that. Put it in chat. What did I miss? Frankfurt says, hi mate, he's got 1 transfer. No, I'm reading the chat. It's just I've got super chats as well, basically, and I can't leave those unanswered. So I try and like juggle it, but I do know I'm missing lots of messages. So I'm sorry about that. I'll do my best though. He's got 1 transfer. Does getting in Wilson for any of the below make sense or roll? Bruno, Tavernier, Dango, Palmer, Rogers. I can play 11 regardless. Wildcard 32 is the plan. Thanks in advance. Yeah, if you haven't got Bruno, he's worth it. I think he's the best captain this week. Oh, sorry, getting Wilson in for any of those. I thought you said he didn't have Bruno. No, I wouldn't buy Wilson for any of those. That's such a strong midfield. No, I wouldn't do it, Frankfurt. I would leave it. That looks good. Free chat for 5. What does that mean, though? What does free chat for 5 mean? Oh, do you mean, like, non-subscribers as well? We can try that. I've never done that before. Will it make a difference? Let's try it. Let's do it. So let me remember how to do it. I think I'll click here. I think it's... I'll find it in a sec. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Boom. Chat is open. So if you're not subscribed, you can also chuck your messages in the chat. So I've turned off sub-only mode. Go for it. Verbruggen or Pickford? Pickford. Koa says, 1 free transfer. Which move should I make? Mukiele to Anderson, Chow or Hall, or Ndiaye to Gordon or Dango? Also start Dubravka or Pickford. I would go Dubravka, and I would buy Anderson as the Mukiele replacement there. But I'd probably just play Mukiele, honestly. Like, if I had 1 free transfer, I think I'd still play Mukiele. Like, a lot of people this week are just sort of playing their players that aren't the best, and they're just keeping transfers for later. You know, like people are starting Tarkowski, they're starting Dewsbury Hall. These sort of players that aren't particularly great, but it's a blank game week and the options aren't that excellent. So What is Tom doing? Actually not sure. I haven't spoken to him this week. I'm not sure what Tom's moves are. Dante says, subscribe guys. Come on, I mean, it's free. Halo says, one to bench. Rogers, Ekatike, João Pedro, Thiago, Dango. Oh, God. What, is this on a free hit or something? I think it'd have to be Rogers on current form. Yeah, Rogers. Struggling with this game, says, hi mate, it's Munoz as sell. I've got 11 players, but I have to play all the Rate and a flagged elf. Also, has your chip strategy changed? Chip strategy hasn't changed. In terms of all the Rate and elf, no, I'd save the transfer and just hope elf plays. Unless you can do like Lefay to Wilson or something like that. That's quite a big enough upgrade given the flag. Is there anyone else that I'd do it for? Lefay to Wilson, Lefay to Gordon. That's about it. Otherwise, no, I would just leave it. How we doing for edits? Daz Fraz says, if you could bring in any striker this week, who would it be other than Thiago? Probably Ekatike. They're all pretty close this week. Bowen's good. João Pedro's good. My Calvert-Lewin's okay. Bowen's good. Did I say Bowen? They're all about the same this week, but I would say Ekatike if I was picking any. LT says, I'm chasing rank. Do I captain Ekatike, João Pedro, Thiago, or Rogers? I don't really like any of those for captain. They're all okay. Probably if I had to pick one, Thiago. Out of those four. I don't think captaincy has to be where you go different in FPL to make rank up, by the way. It can just be having some lower owned players chucked in your team. I think that's a trap you can fall into. You just start to go rogue with captaincy and you end up just intentionally picking captains that aren't as good as other players, and you end up losing points that way. Like, if you were to look up the percentage of managers that owns your exact 11 players, I guarantee you it'll be something like 20 people in the world. I think actually Live FPL does that. They've got like the clone feature. Like, you probably think, oh, loads of people must copy Focal because he makes content, but if we go to clone, I don't know where it is now, that feature. Look, boom, 72 people have got the same team as me. 72. And I'm sitting here making FPL videos sharing exactly what I do every week. And 72 people in the whole world, or in the top 9 million, have got the same team as me. So think about that for a second. So that means your team will be a similar amount. It's going to be under 100 people. So therefore, basically every week, your players will gain you points over almost 9 million managers. So only 72 people actually have the same team as me. And it's going to be the same story of your guys' teams. So I think it's a trap to fall into. We start to go rogue with captaincy. Unless you truly think that two players are equally good, then it's fine. Because then you can go with the lower owned one. But do you genuinely think all four of those are equally good to whoever you think the best is, like Bruno? Food for thought. LT says, Agok says he's got 4 transfers, 11 with Alderete and died no bench. Would you do Timber to Chow or bench Alderete, Andor and die to Gordon, or just roll to 5 transfers? So you're looking at the wildcard 32, bench boost 33. Must be tempting to roll to 5, isn't it? And you've got Anderson, I'm guessing. I like Anderson more than Chow personally, but I'm guessing you've got him. If I was in your situation, I'd be really tempted to just roll, and you'd be so well set up for the run-in with 5 transfers. But then you've got... But then if you're wildcard in 32, you probably roll in 33. So I think you do have room to make a move. I think I would do just about do and die to Gordon if I was in your situation. Because in theory, you'll have 4 transfers again. Well, that's not in theory. You will. That's a fact. You'll have 4 transfers for 32. But then you could roll in 33 probably on the bench boost. So you could quite easily get up to 5 anyway. So I think you can afford to... I think you've got the luxury to go for a move like that. So yeah, I would say just about do the Gordon move. Alex says, hi Focal, do I play a Stev and have 1 free transfer to 5 or do Timber to Chow? Wildcard in the hand, not sure when to play it. Yeah, I'll just play a Stev. Save the transfer. Belma says, bro, I sent free chat for being a member for 5 months before the 5 gift. That's what I meant. Oh, wait, what? Did I miss it? Let me scroll up. Oh, he says, yo, Oscar in chat, what are we doing this game? Good luck all. Are you on the beers, Bellman? Sorry, I missed that. Start Mitoma or a -4. Is Mitoma fit? I think he's fine, isn't he? I would just play Mitoma. I wouldn't take a -4 to sell him. I haven't looked at Mitoma in a while. As long as he's not injured or something, then I would just play him. Yeah, I wouldn't take the hit. Guy Forster says, I'll take a -4 to play 11. I've only got 1 playing defender, plus Rice, and Haaland needs to go. Gummas and Redis screwed me over. You're on the wildcard 32. I don't know about taking -4s for defenders this week. It just doesn't sit that well with me. It's not bad. Like, if you're taking a -4 for Anderson, I guess, he's probably the best defender this week. Do Newcastle keep a clean sheet in the derby? The clean sheet odds are pretty good, but it is a derby. They're actually joint top on the clean sheet odds. I probably wouldn't take a -4 for a defender this week and just ride it out. The defenders are all low ceiling this week, that's the thing. Struggling with this game says, I've got Wilson and Anderson. Only way to Gordon is using my 3 moves, which isn't really worth it. My only options are Munoz to Hall, Chow or Cash, or a keeper transfer. So I've got the Bravka. Nah, again, I wouldn't spend a transfer in goal personally. I wouldn't spend 3 moves on Gordon. Munoz to, yeah, Hall, Chow, Cash is fine. I'd probably go Chow if I was picking one. Hall's good as well, though. Probably wouldn't go Cash. Nah, it's not worth 3 moves to get Gordon. Got some news, by the way. Got my first stream sponsor ever, which is pretty cool. I'm really picky with sponsors, and I think my agent absolutely hates me because I'm so picky with who I work with. Like last year, I literally had 1 sponsor the whole year. They're called Holy Energy. So they sent me I don't know if you can see it. They're like sachets. So they sent me the starter pack. They've got a hydration one, which is what this is. So I've had half of these already. And you put them in water. So I'll make one in a minute. And it's sweetener free, sugar free, taurine free, natural flavors. So yeah, they've sponsored the channel for the rest of the season. So I'm going to be having these during the streams, which is pretty cool. I've been drinking them for a few weeks and Miss Focal. They're actually genuinely tasty. I've drank almost half of them already now, just to make sure I genuinely want to recommend them. And they are genuinely really nice. So I'll make one of these in a minute and work out what flavor to use because I've got so many here. So that's the hydration one. And then they've got iced tea. And then they've got the energy one. I'm still on the fence about that because I do love a cup of tea, but I had one of these this morning and I was buzzing because it's 2 espresso shots and milkshake. That one's my least favorite. It tastes like milkshake, but it hasn't got the texture. So my favorite is hydration and iced tea. So that's pretty cool. Shout out to Holy Energy. There's a link below to check them out. And it doesn't actually taste like battery acid like most energy drinks do. Anyway, so struggling with this game says he's got Wilson and... sorry, I did that already. You got 4 or 5 defenders blank and 2 free transfers. Who should I bring in? So defenders this week: Anderson, Chow, Hall, Bassi. I wouldn't get Tete now because he's flagged. He's a doubt. He might be fine. Pretty much that's it. As far, I mean, Van Dijk actually. If you haven't got Van Dijk, will Mukiele start? It's a late fitness test, so we're not sure. How do you know what battery acid tastes like? True. You've used Holy Energy for almost 2 years. They're very good. There you go. It is genuinely like really tasty. Let's do one now. So we've got strawberry kiwi, or pineapple, or white peach, or sour cherry. I think the first one I ever had was pineapple, so I'm going to go with that. Why not free hit now? Because I've got 10 or 11 players. Cherry. Oh, everyone's saying cherry. I've opened pineapple now. Okay, I'll go cherry. Let's do it. I'll just leave that one on the side for later. Sour cherry. It's all like recycling ball as well. And like I said, actually sugar free, sweetener free. So it's actually good as well. It's good for you. So that's gone in. Instead of the usual Pepsi Max that I have on streams, I'm now going to have these for the season. Snort the sour cherry. Oh, I should have put more water. That's quite strong. That's really good. But yeah, I should have put more water. It's genuinely really nice. I promise you I'm not just saying that. Nah, I'm done with Pepsi, honestly. I keep getting told off by Miss Focal because we had like 5 2-litre bottles in the cupboard. She wasn't having it. Her favourite is coconut. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to check them out, they're supporting the channel now, so appreciate you, Holy Energy, for your support. Link in the description to get 10% off, or there's another code as well for a £5 off, so just use whatever one gets you the most off. Harsh Tubi, I love the username, he says he's got no transfers, he's already taken a -4. Is wildcard 32 good without the free hit, with a possible blank game week and a double in 33? Alright. Teddy's it. Is wildcard 32 a good shout with a possible blank gimmick and a double 33? So, yeah, it will work. You just have to be a bit more calculated with it. Like, you might not be able to bench boost. You might not be able to set up... maybe, yeah. Yeah, no, that will work. It's going to be a bit awkward. It's hard to say right now because we don't know the doubles. You might just have to go less aggressive on the double game weeks so that you can definitely have a team in 34. Because the most likely outcome is Brighton. Oops. Stream dropped for a sec there. I think we're back. Most likely double is going to be for Brighton, Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle, Burnley and Man City. So those teams would then blank in 34. So that's going to be quite hard to set up for because there's a lot of players you'd want for the double that then blank. But there are ways around it. So that's from FPL Spaceman. He's made like the permutations, all the potential ways the rest of the season's going to play out. And that is the likeliest. Those 6 teams double in 33. And Man City double again in 36. And they double with Crystal Palace. So yeah, it's definitely doable. Ideally, you just need to roll some transfers, but... So like if you wildcard 32, you're going to have to roll in 33. because you might need to spend 2 in 34, if that makes sense. When the team leaks, I don't know if we'll get any. Maybe Liverpool news. If I get sent anything, then I'll let you know. Obviously Salah's out. I think it's going to be like Ekitike and, you know, all those guys should start. Szoboszlai, Van Dijk, all the main ones. Frimpong, we'll have to see. If you were thinking of buying him, maybe just wait in case there is some news there. It could be Szoboszlai. I guess it could be Szoboszlai right back, Frimpong right wing again. Out of position, Frimpong. When will you wildcard? Probably in 32. Serge, thank you for the 27 months. He says Semenyo, Rice, Timber to Gordon, Wilson, Chow. Yeah, I like that. If you haven't got Anderson, I like him even more than Chow, but Chow's great, to be honest with you. There's not much in between them. Yeah, good moves. Go for it. Jack says, what 2 free transfers of 1 defender, 2 mids, 2 forwards to field and 11? I would say Thiago and Wilson. I think would be the best ones there. You might have them though. Otherwise, Wilson and Gordon. Hard to say about knowing who you got, Jack, but hopefully that helps. What are your plans this week, Oscar? I'm going to do Salah to Wilson. That's my planned transfer. Tedwin says, opinions on Cash as a differential this week. I just think maybe there's a small chance he doesn't start, and the clean sheet odds aren't quite as good. Like 31%. I know he's really attacking, so you know he could make up for it if he does get a goal involvement. He's got that in him, but if I was buying a defender, it would be Anderson, Chow, or Hall personally. Even if I was doubling up, I think I'd rather that than Cash, but Cash is alright. He's not bad. Dylan says, is it worth losing 0.4 mil team value selling Gabriel to get Chow and Gordon, only to wildcard Gabriel back in next week? I currently have 4 blanks in the team. Is there no one else you can sell? 0.4 mil is a lot. But if you need to do it to get 11 out, then yeah, it's worth it. Points over team value at this stage of the season. Is there another alternative set of moves you can do? Or has it got to be both to fund Gordon? I mean, you're bringing in 2 solid picks there. I don't mind it. I think it's alright for 0.4 mil. James, thank you for the super chat as well. Did you put it in chat? Did you mean to say something? You got, okay, found it. You've got 5 free transfers, 1.9 mil. You still have 3 hit wildcard and bench boost. 5 free transfers. So you played the Bravka. So I would do Gahey to Anderson, Semenyo to Wilson. Who's Tavares? I'd sell him for Gordon. And I would do Haaland to Ekitike. I think that's 4 moves there. So what was that? Anderson, Wilson, Gordon and Ekitike in. I would do that, James. Alisson is injured. Liverpool could concede. Is he? Rami, thank you as well for the super chat. Also no message on that. Does you mean to put one? Salah out for Wilson or Bruno? Bruno. I think Bruno's... Well, I'm captain Bruno, so I think he's the best pick this week. Once I bring Wilson in shortly, he'll be my vice captain. So I think he's maybe second best this week. Oh, Fabrizio said so. Okay. Oh, that's not great. I've got Van Dijk. I would avoid the wildcard this week. We're going to get so much information after this deadline and before the one after, before the Gameweek 32 deadline. So it's worth waiting, really. Regan says, bench 1 out of Szoboszlai and Bumo, Dango, Ekitike, Pedro and Thiago. I think I'd bench Bumo just because he's a bit out of form. And I'm slightly worried he might not even start, but I really hope he does because... yeah, I mean, otherwise I'm down to 10. He just feels maybe the ropiest out of those 6 players, so Mbumo. I hope he starts though. Any Man United fans, what's your prediction? Does Mbumo start? Or is it going to be like Ahmad Sesko are in? So the poll is, how many hits have you taken this week? 80% none, 15% -4, 3% -8, 2% -12 or more. So we'll do, are you free hitting this week? Saving it, used it. So the options are, you are free hitting, you're saving it, or you've used it. Regan, oh sorry, I did that. Hall for O'Reilly, yeah, I like that, that's good. What's your plans this week? Salah to Wilson. Mbumo will surely start. Regan says he was thinking of Mbumo as well. Glad you agree, thanks Oscar. No worries. Thank you, Regan. Ahmad isn't playing good either, so Mbumo will start hopefully. Yeah, that's valid. That's a fair point. Chow or Hull? It's really like a coin toss that. Hull's got the probably more chance of goal involvement. Still a chance of DEFCON, but Chow's really good for DEFCONs. And I don't know, I prefer Chow personally, just for the DEFCONs, but he's still got a lot of aerial threat. Like, he's scored 4 times this season. Like, no defender's got more goals. So, for me, Chow just edges it, but it's a coin toss, really. Steve says, might we get a team leak on if Mbumo starts? Possibly. Possibly. I'll definitely be keeping an eye as we're near the deadline for any team news. I think the ones, yeah, the main 2 that we might get something on is Man United and Liverpool. So if there's any leaks on either of those, then I'll put it in the bottom left of the screen in that leaks widget. Connor says, hi Focal, I'm making 3 moves for Gameweek 31. Haaland to Ekitike, Tarkowski to Chow and Gummerson to Senesi as I build towards a wildcard 32. What are your thoughts? Pretty much giving up on Haaland now. No, that's fair, Connor, to sell Haaland. You might end up wildcarding him back in. Yeah, big donation by the way, thank you Connor. No, that's fine to sell Haaland. I did it last week. So just on the moves, you're basically asking who's the best 1 week punts, because you're wildcarding in Gameweek 32. And so it doesn't matter who you buy and what their fixtures are after this week. And therefore, if you look at Senesi, for example, he's got Man United home, and his clean sheet odds aren't going to be as good as other teams. Like, they're 3rd bottom, actually. Or joint 2nd bottom, Bournemouth. So, like, a lot of people have already got Senesi and Hill. You just play them. It's not the end of the world. But if you're looking who to bring in, I'd be looking at the opposite end here. So, Anderson from Fulham, if you haven't got him. Otherwise, from Newcastle, Chow or Hull. Oh, you see, you're doing Chow for Tarkowski, so I'd look at Anderson, or you go double Newcastle defence with Hull. Haaland to Ekitike, I like, that's fine. So yeah, I pretty much agree with what you're suggesting. Just maybe that Goodmanson transfer I would do differently. I also don't think it's actually bad to just play Tarkowski and just hope he's back in the team. I think there's a good chance he plays. So if I had Tarkowski, I actually don't think I would sell him. I would just take it on the chin personally that he's probably not going to get much this week, but you can have an extra transfer to carry through into your wildcard next week. So if you can, I would just do the other moves. So Goodmanson to Chow, Haaland to Ekitike. You can afford that. And Marty says, hi mate, happy Friday. Wilson alternatives for a differential. I'm planning to bring someone in place of Semenyo Gordon perhaps. Yeah, he was the one that came to mind straight away when you asked that, was Gordon. Like, he's 2nd on the captaincy matrix this week. He's tied on 4 stars with Wilson, Gordon, Palmer. So I would say he's the one, definitely. The most differential. Yeah, Gordon. Bobby says he did Laquata Chow. 1 blank starting. It is what it is. Good luck, Oscar, and good luck, everyone. Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate you. Good luck with the Chow move. I think Chow's a really good pick this week. He's actually the most bought player as well. 456,000 transfers in. Gordon is second. Wilson third. Bruno, Van Dijk, Anderson, João Pedro, Szoboszlai, Hall, Senesi, Ekitike, Thiago. Most sold is Haaland, and then Semenyo. So over 500,000 have sold Haaland. Then Semenyo, Rice, Gay. It's basically all players that are blank. Chalobah, Timber, O'Reilly, Gabriel, Mukiele. And Boomo even. Interesting. Right. Team of the week. Sorry, King of the Game Week. What are we saying? Who do we think it's going to be this week? Top scoring player. Robinson or Tete? I'd probably go Bassi, actually. Tete's flagged, isn't he? I'm going to go Harvey Barnes. Palmer. Good shout. Bruno. Bruno will be king. I'd love it if Bruno's king. It's very rare you captain the actual king of the game week, because it's often just a random player like Barkley. No one got Barkley last game week. No one got him. Will anyone get this week's one? The options are more limited because of the blanks, obviously, so maybe someone will get it. Jacob Murphy. Do you reckon he'll start? Maybe I'm wrong about Barnes then. Yeah, maybe he will. Maybe he'll come in. Strike. Maybe Strauch. Ndai, Van Dijk, Tell. I actually fancy Spurs to get a result against Forest. Maybe Pedro Porro. A goal, clean sheet, bonus. Harvey Elliott. Nah, I ain't hearing anyone out on Elliott. Maximilian says, got Haaland, Rice, Semenyo, and Chalobah, 3 free transfers. Only got 7 starters. Any recommendations? I've got the Wildcard bench boost, 3 hit left. I also go in Gabriel and Rye, but they're benched. So yeah, I'd use the transfers on those. So Haaland to Thiago, if you haven't got Thiago. In terms of Haaland replacements, Thiago, Ekitike, João Pedro, those would be my top 3. And in terms of Rice and Semenyo replacements, Bruno, you might have them already, but I'll just name my top ones in case you don't have any of them. Bruno, Wilson, Gordon, Palmer. Anyone else? Probably others I'm forgetting, but you only need to pick 2 out of those. Defenders, Anderson, Chow, Hall, Van Dijk. So I'd spend 3 and just have 7 playing, basically. And prioritise the attackers. Koa says, start Enzo or Ndai. And Dubravka or Pickford. I have Palmer and João Pedro. I'll start Enzo. And I think Dubravka. Let me just check the clean sheet odds on that. Oh, Everton are actually 7% higher. So, yeah, Pickford over Dubravka. Yeah, Pickford over Dubravka. I know you've got Palmer and João Pedro, but back the clean sheet odds. I imagine, I don't know if it'll happen, but God, people would be calling for Rosina out. Imagine if like Everton keep a clean sheet. Then you'd be so annoyed because you've also benched the clean sheet. So, yeah, for 7%, I would just start Pickford, really. 13 Killing says, hi, Oscar, can you help with this team? Dubravka, Anderson, Van Dijk, Gabriel, Stack, Enzo. You've got 2 free transfers. So I think it would be Haaland to Ekitike and Rice to Wilson. I don't think I would take a -4 for a defender personally. I don't think it's that bad, but I'm really like hit averse. Bruno for King of the Game Week, hopefully. Yeah, I don't think I'd take a hit for a defender myself. So just roll with 10 after making those 2 moves. Yeah, because everyone else has got a fixture. So just those 2 moves. Oh, hang on. So you got 5 midfielders. Stack, Enzo, DCL, Thiago. Right, got it. So actually you do Haaland to... No, I do Rice to Wilson. O'Reilly to Chow. Yeah. Rice to Wilson, O'Reilly to Chow, and you keep Haaland benched. That's the 113. Jamie Nightingale says, flexible chip strategy, best defender for Munoz. Flexible chip strategy, probably Chow. Because the fixtures are pretty good after this game week, and he's got a double and 33 most likely. Chow's the flexible pick, or Hall obviously, a Newcastle defender. Wilson or Gibbs White? Wilson. Hall or Chow? Coin toss, but I'll go Chow. Chow for Mukiele if Mukiele doesn't start. We're not going to know if Mukiele starts. So, I'd probably just leave him. That's my plan anyway. Anderson for King of the Game Week. Maybe. Wilson or Palmer? I think Wilson just edges it, but they're both great, aren't they? They're both good. What's your plan this week, Oscar? I'm doing Salah to Wilson. That's my plan move. Oh, we got just over 2,000 tuning in. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and hit like below. Mukiele for Anderson for 1 free transfer. Oh. Anderson's probably the only one I would do it. Yeah, I'd probably do that. I think Anderson's the only player I would consider selling Mukiele for. I think he's the best defender this week, basically. Oh yeah, so free hit poll. 12% are using it, 85% saving it, 3% have used it already. Right, Jay Pearson says Haaland and Semenyo to Ekatike and Palmer. That leaves 3 mil on the bank, 1 free transfer, but only 10 players. I need to replace Gudmundsson. Is Van Dijk the best option? We've already got Gabriel Timber-Senesi. So I like the 2 moves. I need to replace Gudmundsson. So are you saying you're taking a -4 as it is? I wouldn't take a -8 for Van Dijk. Oh, sorry, it leaves 1 free transfer. Got you. So Gudmundsson replacement. I would say if Anderson, if you haven't got him. I like Anderson, Chow, and Hall more than Van Dijk. Van Dijk's great though. Obviously, like the caveat as well with some of these suggesting moves are like your chip strategy and stuff like that. Like Anderson, for example, isn't great if you're not wildcarding in 32 or if you've used it already, because he's got Liverpool. What the hell? He's got logged out. StarHub Lincoln State mismatch. What the hell just came up there? Do you see that? No, it probably didn't fit on your screen. I've been hacked. I've been hacked. Someone's bought Salah. Who put Salah in my team? You got that as well? I didn't have Salah. I'm gonna have to email FPL Towers about that. I wouldn't buy an injured player. I'll have to top me up with an extra transfer there. What was I saying? Yeah, so Anderson's like he's got Liverpool away after this game week, so he's not actually great if you need someone longer. Whereas Chow's great. The cartel ran it again. Honestly, they won't let me in the cartel. I'll keep asking. I was like, you not got room for me? And they're like, no, sorry, very exclusive. Very exclusive leaks. And they get an extra transfer as well. Not a level playing field, is it? Shocking. So like Chow's better in terms of like the fixtures beyond 31. And the same with Van Dijk. So that is the caveat with the tips I'm giving, or answers I'm giving to the questions. Start cash from Mukiele. Start cash, definitely. Eddie info and United, not at the moment. I'll check in a bit. We've got an hour till deadline. Where's everyone tuned in from today? It always interests me when I ask this question. Like, where are we watching from? Are you in the car? Are you at work? Are you in the office? Or are you watching it on TV from home? You're watching it on your phone. Malaysia, Tennessee, Malaysia. You're watching in bed. You're in the shower. How are you watching in the shower? You got your phone on the side or something? Chilling on the couch. Yeah, it'll be Wilson in for Salah, Nino. On the fridge? What? You got a smart fridge watching an FPL stream? Technology's gone too far. FPL streams on a fridge. I've read it all now. On the phone while cooking, very nice. In the car while picking up the wife. Hopefully she won't keep you waiting too long. Finish work and you're on your phone. That is the best feeling. FPL stream, the weekend is here, life is good. And obviously get to Sunday and it's another big red arrow. Shout out to Stonehouse and Izzy as well, both tuned in. Hope you're well, Ollie and Izzy. Chilling on the phone. On the space shuttle near Mars. Mate, you're way out there. You got Wi-Fi up near Mars. You always seem to have people watching the bathtub. Honestly, every time I ask, it's like the people watching the bath. Fair play, I respect the honesty. In the jacuzzi? Nah. Right, someone tag me in a photo of your stream setup, wherever you are. As long as it's safe to tag me in it. And I'll retweet it. So take a photo of whatever your stream setup is. Like if you're watching on TV, or if you're watching on your laptop, or if you've got it on your phone. Maybe not the bath pictures. Don't need a bath photo. But if you tag me, I'll retweet it. Right, Gordon or Palmer from... I think I answered that already. No, I didn't. I would say Gordon, just about. Zelda, sorry. 33 months as well, thank you. He says, worth a -4 to upgrade as Stev. Nah, I don't think I'd take a hit for a defender personally this week. But I could do it for Mukiele. Even if Mukiele was confirmed out, I think I'd honestly just run with 10. Bobby, thanks for the 29 months. Greetings from the Vatican City. Greetings, Bobby. Thank you for the 29 months. Is Tete injured? He got a knock on his finger and his foot, Silver said in his presser. So, he could still play. It's just a knock. Steve says, do I start Tarkowski or Alderete? Oh, that's tricky, actually, because Tarkowski's flagged. Alderete's fine. But Tarkowski's got a better clean sheet odds. I'd probably give Tarkowski the start. Excuse me. Brian says, sold Chalobah to get Chow. 1 free transfer left. Question, Mukiele to Hall. And or also selling Haaland to João Pedro for a free transfer or a -4. Chips left the triple captain and free hit. So you've really used your wild card, so I think... You've already wildcarded, so you have to be a bit more careful with what you do now. Like if you sell Haaland and then City get a double in 33, then you're going to want him straight back, so I don't think I would do that. And I probably wouldn't spend an extra move selling Mukiele either. You're going to need to bank some transfers. Maybe you'll end up free hitting a 33. And then you need the free transfers to get through the blank in 34, or it could be the other way around, switched. No, I don't think I'd do it. You're going to need to get some transfers banked. Ukesh says, less than an hour, let's go. Who have you guys got in tonight's game? It's actually a pretty nice fixture tonight, if everyone starts anyway. And Bumo, like I said, slightly worried, but hopefully he starts. But yeah, it's actually nice to have a Friday deadline and actually a good fixture on Friday. I can't remember which game week it was, but there's been at least a couple where it's a really dead Friday night fixture. And then it just feels like such a long wait for the game week to actually start, especially when there's no early game on the Saturday. Is there an early one tomorrow? I think there is. It's Liverpool at 12:30, right? So nicely spread out this game week. You got Bruno, Senesi and Tav tonight. Per Hansen says, I can't wait for this never-ending season to end. Mate, I know the feeling. Like, these last 2 games have made me feel like that at times. I've got such a mega summer lined up as well. Stag do. Getting married. And it's going to be beekeeping. I don't know if some of you might have not tuned into last game week stream when I was talking about this, but I'm getting some bees. So I'm going to be beekeeping as a hobby, and I'll have like my own honey, which I'm quite looking forward to as well. That'll be this summer. I'll get my bees. I don't know if I'll make any beekeeping content, but maybe. Maybe. It'll be on a throwaway channel, like I wouldn't monetize it or anything, but just maybe as a hobby, so for some content to make in the summer. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I think it's quite cool beekeeping. They're pretty amazing when you look into what they do and how they work. Henku, I missed your message. Message retracted. Evan, thanks for 32 months. Start Senesi or Hill? Coin toss that. Senesi, slightly better defcons per 90. Could go either way. Brentford fan confirmed. FPL Focal. Oh dear. I will hit him wildcard as soon as the game refreshes. I'm going to be waiting. I don't think there's many price changes. I was having a look just before going live, and there's not even many price changes that would be worth activating early. So I'm not personally to be or not to be. Yeah, so I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to leave my FPL team and come back to it in a couple of weeks. So last time you'll see me for a while. I'll probably do transfer plans video as always on Sunday. But not sure. Obviously, it's a while till the next deadline stream after this one. Focal, fish and chips for dinner tonight. Good shout, maybe. It's actually a good shout. Haven't thought about dinner. Maybe. So there's a pub that's like down my road, and they do takeaways, and they're actually it's really good food there. So there's been a few occasions where it's like, especially when it's like a Friday night deadline, where I'll just nip down and grab some fish and chips, or they do really good pies, and then I'll bring it back and treat myself while I watch the Friday night game. And it is a pretty good game tonight. I've got 3 players going. Cold front sweeping through the UK this weekend. Palmer captaincy activated. Yeah, let's get the captain poll going again. I'll leave Palmer on there for you as well. Who is your captain? And I've put other message in chat, so if you're on other, let us know who the other is. Connor says, if Salah played, which defender would you buy for 1 game week? My number 1 would be Anderson if I didn't have him. Number 2, Chow from Newcastle. Number 3, Hull. It's because I read Andrew's message about Elf. Elf is also flagged. So we don't know. Basically, late fitness test, but that's who I would get, Connor. Oblivious says 1 free transfer with Rice and Haaland. Is it worth a -4 for a full 11? I think so when you're buying attackers, yeah. So you've got like Thiago, Ekatike, Wilson, Gordon. They're all great. I don't mind the -4 for an attacker to get 11 out. You think United batter Bournemouth? I don't know. What are we saying? Scoreline for tonight's game. Bournemouth are actually really good in home games. I think they're second best in the league for expected goals conceded in home games. But they're like second worst in away games. It's really weird how Bournemouth's season has gone. So I don't know. I think it could be. Yeah, it might be like a 1-1. Bobby might be right. But I would love an early goal just to like open the game up. An early Bruno return. Game opens up. Bournemouth come back. Tavernier gets a goal involvement. And then Man United ahead again. Oh, it's Mbumo, assisted by Bruno. Oh, Tavernier's equalised again, 2-2. Do you ever like play through those scenarios in your head, and then you inevitably end up disappointed when it never even gets close to that? Basically me every week. I'm like, oh, imagine if this happened and then this happened. And then the game happens and it's like, oh, well, never mind them. Senesi hat-trick. Henku says, sell 2 out of Richards, Munoz and Haaland. Well, selling Haaland gives you the highest upside replacements. Again, as long as you haven't wildcarded already, otherwise it's a bit awkward to then get him back. It's at least another transfer to get him back. But if you're like wildcarding in 32 or 33, for example, then Haaland out, Thiago, Ekitike, João Pedro, all good replacements. Bowen's good. J Banduve says Pedro / Krupi for full 11. Use a free transfer to bring in CL or THI. Who's CL? CL. Who's CL? THI, I guess, is Chow. I don't know who CL is. Calvert-Lewin. Oh, I was thinking you were talking about 2 defenders. Right. Pedro. Oh, you mean Thiago? Right. God, mate, it's about 4 extra letters. You haven't saved any time. You've actually consumed more time than me working that out. No, I'm joking. Thiago definitely over Calvert-Lewin, if that's what you're asking. Yeah. I'd bring in Thiago. FPL Louis, thank you as well for the super chat. Appreciate you. Do you think Gordon starts? Yeah, Gordon will start. Definitely. What's your move, Oscar? It's going to be Salah to Wilson. How many players has everyone got out this week? We'll do a poll on that, actually. So, Bruno, 74%. Palmer, 5%. Wilson, 16%. 4% other. This poll's a bit dead, actually. How many players have you got this week? Because there's so many doubts, so I've had to put in brackets if the doubts start. 11, 10, 9, 8 or fewer. Poll is up. Scout selection then. How many players you guys got? They've gone Lamens, Van Dijk, Chow, Anderson, Bruno, Gordon, Dango, Wilson captain, João Pedro, Bowen and Thiago. How's everyone looking this week? So I'll have Van Dijk, Anderson, Bruno, Dango, Wilson. 6 from the scout selection this week. I just subbed. You seem like a chill guy. Thank you, Yukesh. Appreciate you. Mikey's on 3. 7, 6, 6. 5 out of 11. Yeah, no Ekitike, Kareem. I probably would have put him in there as well myself over Bowen, but Bowen's alright. What about Mukiele? What about Mukiele? Dino says at work whilst driving. I think his stream is about half an hour behind, if that was the question where you're watching from. Maybe he gets to me saying this in about half an hour's time. He's like, oh no, I've missed the deadline. Is Cash available? He's available, yeah. I probably wouldn't risk buying him. He probably does start. I think he was on the bench, wasn't he, in the Europa League? And then came off the bench, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the scout selection. And then we've got the new team of the week page, which uses reviews projections for like the optimal team or the best team of the week, based purely on projected points. It looks slightly different. Leno, Anderson, Hall, Chow, Bruno, Gordon, Palmer, Rogers, Wilson, Bowen and Thiago. Kitty name is actually a dog and he's called Teddy, and he's asleep. He's snoring on my arm. Ekitike, João Pedro or Szoboszlai. I think out of those, Ekitike. Wilson captain, need to chase rank. Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, it's a good fixture. Like, they're top for projected goals this week, so you can't really fault the idea, the theory. It's just with Bruno, although they're actually only just 0.1 behind, aren't they? With Bruno, you've got the corners, the free kicks, and the pens. Whereas with Wilson, what is it? Just the free. To be fair, he's good at free kicks. Does he take corners on one side, Wilson? Anyone know that? Van Dijk removed. Yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. It updates itself based on little fluctuations in projected points and odds. But there's so many players that are like very close. So, you know, if you go Chow over Van Dijk, it's like that's, you know, maybe 0.1 more projected points. There's nothing in it really. Wilson takes him from the right side. Got you. Thank you. OPM, hey Focal, what's your transfer plans? I'm looking at doing Salah to Wilson, and that is the end of an era. End of an era, end of an era. Can't wait to sell Salah now, just not to have to think about how badly that transfer went. João Pedro or Szoboszlai? Probably João Pedro. I think Zobo might play right back. So, to be fair, he's doing alright in right back, but you're really counting on like free kick goals, which he is delivering. But it's not a reliable source of points, is it? So I would go with João Pedro. If you had more transfers, would you sell Mukiele? I think I'd only consider it if I had like 3 or 4 transfers, because I just can't shake the feeling that extra bank transfers are going to be so much more valuable than these little upgrades that we can get in the blank game week. Like, we're expecting double game week 33 to look something like that. But then we're going to expect these 6 teams to blank in 34. And then we could have a smaller double game week for Man City and Palace in game week 36. There could be a small blank game week 37. And then aside from all the blank and double game week talk, let's also not forget the fact that you just need transfers for when stuff inevitably goes wrong. Like, a lot of the time you get to a game week and like you've got something you have to deal with. There's also that on top of the blank and game weeks and everything else going on. So yeah, I'd love to roll this week. That would have been my plan if Salah was fine, but I'm having to make one now. And yeah, extra transfers are going to be super useful in my opinion for the run-in. Is Lefay out? Late fitness test. So we don't know, basically. He said Mukiele, Lefay, Roofs and Ballard are all going to be assessed tomorrow. I'm pretty sure he said. Now, I've not heard anything about Mbumo bench, but I'll check for leaks. We've still got 40 minutes till deadline. Maybe something will come out. Again, like if there's a leak and Mbumo is benched, I don't even know if I would take the -4. Would I? Maybe I... God. If that happens, and it's reliable, maybe I would take a hit for Palmer or something like that. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think there'll be anything. There tends not to be any more for Man United. Like, I remember there was one right when Carrick joined, but then like nothing since, as far as I'm aware. I'm not sure what Tom's doing. I think he might just be spending a transfer in defence. He had 10 players already with a game. One of those wasn't Dye, so I don't know if he'll sell and Dye. He might just play him. I think Tom's on 5 transfers as well. It's actually mental, like how well he plays the game. To be on 5 transfers this week, and he's on the edge of 10k. Mental, isn't it? Like absolute levels to this game. To be on 5 transfers and the edge of 10k, and he's got, you know, he's got like 5 top 10ks in 6 years, or whatever his record is. Crazy. Bruno captain plays the first game. What would Gandhi say, Oscar? You know what? True. I personally don't believe in Gandhi's rule. There's been times where he's been proven wrong. But I do recognise Bournemouth away is a tough game. Like I said earlier, second best team for expected goals conceded in home games. Shout out again to Holy, by the way. Check them out. Little sachets, pour it in water. Boom, no sugar, no sweeteners. If you have a free hit, when will you use it? I'm not good. Yeah, I wouldn't use it this game week, Sandy. I'd use it in either 33 or 34. 33 is going to be a big double. 34 is going to be a big blank. So one of those 2 weeks makes the most sense. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on leaks. At the moment, there's nothing. Yeah, nothing at the moment. Maybe over here. Is the music coming through alright, by the way? The volume. Turn up a wee bit. Yeah, nothing on Liverpool either. It's too loud. Okay, go back down. Is that better? Focal's looking like a Bond villain. It doesn't work though. If a Bond villain spins around in his chair and he's got a chihuahua in his lap, I don't know. That's like minus 10 aura. Maybe if it was a cat. I don't know about chihuahua. Maybe is a chihuahua, is owning a chihuahua plus 10 aura or minus 10? Now it's too quiet. There we go. Wilson or Palmer captain? If I had to pick one of those, Wilson. Burnley the worst team for expected goals conceded. Too quiet now. Right, you're taking the piss. You're having me on now. I'm not touching it anymore. It sounds alright in my ear. So hopefully it sounds alright in yours. Ray Thomas, yeah. Captain Wilson or Gordon. If I was picking either of those, I think Wilson, given the fixture. Yeah, I mean, like I said, no one's conceding more shots, more XGC, more big chances. Music's a bit loud, Focal. Now too loud. It's good now. Oh dear. Wilson or Bruno for captain. So I'm on Bruno personally. He's top on the captaincy tool. 5 stars. But Wilson, Gordon and Palmer are... Palmer's dropped to 3 now, but Wilson and Gordon are great. 4 stars. 78% of you have got 11 players. 14% are just fielding 10. And this is if your doubts start. 4% are playing 9 and 4% are playing 8 or fewer players. Yeah, I'm just going to keep Mukiele and just hope he makes it. Just need a bit of luck. The last 2 weeks have been so unlucky, and I could just do with a bit of luck, like Mukiele play him. Mukiele start him. Alisson's out. Yeah, yeah, he withdraws from Brazil's squad through injury. Also, Tottenham goalkeeper to undergo a hernia surgery with Kinski primed to step in. Vicario's getting surgery. Kinski back in goal. FPL Louis. I always forget. Is it Lewis or Louis? Is it worth bringing in Chow so I don't have to play Croupy? don't know if it's worth a valuable free transfer. I'd probably just play Kroopy, honestly. He might not even start, but I don't know. I think I'd save the transfer and just hope that Kroopy starts tonight. He might not, to be honest, but it is Louis, yeah. Same as my brother. So I think I'd just play Kroopy and just hope the extra transfer will come in more valuable later in the season than buying Chow now, in my opinion. If you can do Kroopy to like a Thiago or Ekitike, that's a different story. But when we're talking about Chow, I just don't think it's quite worth it. KW says start Anderson, Sesko, or Mbumo. So, I mean, some people are speculating Mbumo might not start, and I've said earlier as well, I'm not 100%, but I could be way off. Like when I asked earlier, people in the chat were saying that it's not like Ahmad's been playing well either. So, but then Anderson, he's just like super set and forgets, consistent, pretty much always gets DEFCON, small chance of a goal involvement. Sesko's too risky. Tricky one. Probably go Anderson, just about. Tyro says 2 game weeks ago you told me to bench Senesi and you lost 37 points. Oh, was that when they both had Burnley? That's my bad. No. Which game was that? Sunderland. Was it Sunderland home? Who did I say bench them for? I can't even remember that now, but I do remember they both ended up getting DEFCON, didn't they? No, Brentford was it? It was the Brentford fixture. Yeah, it wasn't Sunderland, was it? Was it Brentford? Anyway, my bad. Like I haven't got a crystal ball. I wish I did, because I'll be first in the world instead of 30k. But yeah, I apologise for the bad tip. I can't remember who I said to play now, to be honest. I think it was someone who had better clean sheet odds, and I just said generally I'd back the clean sheet odds there. Would you take a hit to field 11? I would for a mid or attacker, probably not for a defender, basically. That's what it boils down to. Just because of the upside of mids and forwards, like Bruno, Wilson, Gordon, Thiago, Ekitike, they all feel like they could repay the hit, especially when you have 10 players otherwise. But a defender, you need the clean sheet to break even. 1,790 as it stands, your top 25k. If I had a crystal ball, I probably wouldn't be playing FPL. Mate, me too. I would be entering the lottery once and then living off that for forever. How's everyone doing rank-wise at this stage of the season? Play Cash or Van Dijk? Van Dijk. 400k, 350k, 110k. Hey Oscar, will you be activating your wildcard after the deadline? No, I'm going to wait for the FA Cup games. I'm just not going to touch my FPL team for a couple of weeks. Mukiele is ruining my evening. 13.8k, very nice. 1.4 mil, 40k. 925th. Smashing it, Keith. 182nd in the world. 1.3 mil. Lol, I want to get top 1 mil so bad. Hey, it's within reach. You might even do it with a good GW31 this week, Blake. 200k. Mukiele's a late fitness test. They're going to assess him tomorrow. So that's why he's got the yellow flag. I beg Tete starts. Did you already buy him, Jan? 49k, very nice. Roy Hodgson. 50k. You're just a point behind Roy. 4.8k. Can you show the top player projected points? The captain widget basically just uses that. I haven't got the exact numbers or a screenshot of it. But those are the top 5 for projected points this week. Disastrous 900k, 885k, 1k. Very nice. What are you doing with Salah? Salah to Wilson. Why Wilson and not Gordon for the long term? Because I'm probably going to wildcard in Gameweek 32, so I don't need to look long term. It's 1 week punts for me. We'll do a wildcard poll. When are you? My arm is starting to go now from holding Teddy's head up. Gameweek 32, Gameweek 33, Gameweek 35, unsure. Captain poll is up. Hopefully Ahmad doesn't start over in Bumo, but you never know. Tactically it might suit Ahmad more, but I hope I'm wrong on that. But then it could both start. Yeah, it's one of those. You're just going to have to hope for the best when the lineups drop. He's not been great in Bumo. He's not really looking great on the eye test. Any leaks? Let's have a look. Nah, nothing at the moment. Maybe later, maybe not. Very surprising to see Gameweek 32 is that far ahead of Gameweek 20. You mean 35, Michael? Goran says, play Mukiele or get Chow for Riley for a hit. Nah, just play Mukiele. I'm in the same boat, Goran, and I'm just going to play him and hope for the best. Just, yeah, like I said earlier, it doesn't really sit well with me doing hits with defenders this week. Because when it comes to defenders, you need the clean sheet to get the hit back, really, or like a goal. Whereas with mids and attackers, they've got a higher ceiling, basically. They just feel likely to repay a hit to me. Hashtag LK, thank you for all your content, Oscar. You're amazing. Thank you, much love. Thank you very much for the nice message. Nice to have a nice message in the chat. Thank you for that. JM says, hey, I've got Salah and Mukiele in one transfer, nothing in the bank. Shall I take a hit and get Wilson for Salah and Chow in for Hill? I would... Yeah, like I said, I'm actually the same, Jay, and I'm going to leave Mukiele and just sell Salah. So Salah to Wilson, and I wouldn't take a hit to sell Mukiele, personally. Well, I'm not, anyway. Chow bullet header against Sunderland. Like, that is possible, Dave. It could happen. And then I could look like an idiot for saying I wouldn't take hits for defenders, but... Like, the clean sheet odds are all under 50%. So, like, would you bet 4 valuable points on a 40% chance of getting it back? That's how I always look at it. It's a bit more nuanced, obviously, because like now there's DEFCONs and stuff, but it's like generally, basically, it's saying roughly, let's say, 4 points on a coin toss to get it back. Donaldinho, thanks for the 49 months. He says -4 to replace Ungamoa to ensure I've got 11 players. 5 mil on the bank. Ungamoa. Yeah, I don't mind a hit for an attacker. Wilson, Gordon. He's probably not going to start. It's going to be Gakpo left wing. I don't mind a hit for a Gordon or a Wilson. Or a striker like a Thiago, Ekatike. I would say go for it. Gavinio says, hi Focal, I have Mukiele as my 11th man. 2 free transfers. Would you do Rice to Gordon / Zobo? If so, who? That would leave me 2 free transfers again come 35 with wildcard 32. If you've already got 11, then I probably would leave it, honestly. Rice to Gordon's nice. You've only got 2 transfers. Depends where you are as well. I think like bringing in Gordon's a really nice upside play this week. As boring as it is, I think I would just roll the transfer and get up to 3. And if you're wildcard in 32, then you're going to need the transfers to carry over. I'd probably leave it, Gavinho. Gordon's nice though. I wouldn't do it for Zobo. It would be Gordon or no one. Unless you haven't got Wilson, then he'd be my number 1. It's one of those that really could go either way. It's not bad. I think I would do it just about Gavinho. Right, Rice to Gordon, and then you've got Mukiele there just in case someone unexpectedly misses out. Music's too loud. Oh god, here we go again. I'll turn it down a bit. Sorry about that. Joel says, I've already got Wilson. Who should I sell Salah for? Gordon and Palmer, probably the next 2 best options that you've got available in that order. It's only, I can't think of anyone else really. Those would be the 2. DLFC, 1 free transfer, Munoz to Anderson or Gue. Sorry, Munoz to Anderson, so that you mean the other Anderson, or Gue to DCL to play 11. I would say Munoz to Anderson to play 11. Yeah, that's better. I just can't. No, I'm not sure about DCL. He's just the ultimate troll, isn't he? Gets the pen last week and then he puts it wide after sending the keeper the wrong way. I would go Munoz to Anderson, honestly. Random guy says no wildcard, got Wilson. Replace Enzo or roll. I would just roll. Leave Enzo. I would roll. Get the extra transfer. Lauren says Wilson or Gordon as a long-term midfield pick. So long-term, Gordon is better, Lauren, because of the fixtures that come after this game week. So projected goals. Newcastle are 5th because they've got Palace away, Bournemouth home. Arsenal's not great in 34, but maybe you'll free hit then. I don't know, Lauren, what chips you got, but that might be what you do that week, so that doesn't matter anyway. Whereas you go down, look where Fulham are. What's that, 6th bottom? It's like this week is the 1.8 projected goals there on the 11 and 5s model, but then it's Liverpool away, Brentford away, Villa home, Arsenal away. It's a really rough run of games after this one. So long term, Gordon's just way better. Plus he's got a chance of doubling in 33. So Gordon definitely. Igor says, I've got a feeling for João Pedro for captain, but Bruno's form. I don't know if you can hear that. He's snoring so loud. Didn't even know Chihuahuas could snore that loud. Music's too loud. Oh, for God's sake. This is such a tune though. I made this one. Alright, I'll turn it down. I swear, if someone says music's too loud again. Yeah, I mean, João Pedro, the form he was on up until, what was it, like the last game or two? You know, yeah, I don't mind it. I think Bruno's the best, but yeah, João Pedro, it's not bad. There's lots of players that are like in and amongst it. João Pedro, Thiago, Wilson, Palmer, Gordon. But yeah, I'll definitely go in Bruno. I'll lock in my transfer soon as well. Ray Thomas says, sell Timber or Nunez for Chow. I have Gabriel wildcard in 35. Wildcard in 35. So let's go back to that and just look at clean sheets for the next 4. Yeah, so Arsenal have got Bournemouth home, City away, Newcastle home. We're a City. Chelsea, Arsenal, Burnley. So I would sell Nunez. One projected clean sheet for City over the next 4 before you wildcard. 1.2, not much in it, but I would sell Nunez. I guess also Arsenal are likelier to double in 33 than City are, so there's also that in your favour. Antoka says João Pedro or Ekitike punt, wildcard 32 strategy. I like Ekitike slightly more, but honestly there's not much in it this week. Like, Everton's not a bad game at all for Chelsea, and the pressure's on to get a result. So I'd say Ekitike if I was picking one of those. But Salah's going to be a big miss, to be fair. It was a weird game, the Champions League. Did anyone watch it against Galatasaray? Liverpool were absolutely brilliant, and Salah, like, he simultaneously had a bad game and a great game. Really weird. They had some moments that were so bad, and other moments that were just brilliant. Like the goal he scored as well, fantastic. Played some great through balls, one to Ekitike, curled. So yeah, he's going to be a miss. Like, I think he's in Liverpool's best 11 still, undoubtedly. But I'd say Ekitike just edges it there. I'm doing Salah to Wilson. I'll do that in like 10 minutes. Oh, I've left it on. Is Bellman still here? You forgot to remind me to take it back off open chat. Maybe I'll have to do that every stream. I don't know how to change it now. Oh, it's there. Oh, it is on that. Wait, what? Did it go back on it automatically? That's weird. I don't remember changing it back. Is Richarlison too punty? I actually fancy Spurs to get a result. I don't think it's too punty. I've actually not mentioned him the whole stream, but I think it's okay. I personally wouldn't go there, but I don't mind it, actually. Music off. Oh dear. Right, let me keep going with chat. Martin says start for Bruggen or Dubravka. I've got Wilson and Ekitike. I think actually somehow, yeah, Verbruggen's slightly ahead of Dubravka. Verbruggen 19% chance. I guess it's the home fixture versus away. Start for Bruggen. 6% better clean sheet odds, not much in it. You have Wilson and Ekitike. Yeah, it's just one of those. Like, they're probably going to both concede, let's be honest. But you're 6% likelier to get the extra 4 points. It's quite close. I feel like that's actually pretty close, though. Like, Dubravka's going to face more shots, and I think he gets more save points. And there was a game early in the season. And I remember it when Dubravka and Verbruggen both had a similarly rough fixture, and Dubravka ended up making like 7 saves or something. He ended up on like 5 points. I think I'd actually go Dubravka. That was my instinct, and I was just surprised that the clean sheet odds favour Verbruggen. We're talking about 6% anyway, so you know it is what it is. I'd actually play Dubravka. Just because there's save points and stuff that's not measured in here. Like, Burnley face way more shots on goal. C98 says, who should I start? Hill, Maguire, Cucurella or Justin for my draft team? I've already got Fulham and double Newcastle defence in the starting 11. Cheers. Cucurella, is he back? I think he's back, right? I'll go Cucurella out of those. Jaganov says, risk Reinildo or start to 11 or use my last free transfer. No, I'd just risk it. I think he's got a good chance. I think he's got a good chance of playing. I would play Reinildo. Michael says, free hit 33, wildcard 35, bench boost 36. Sell Krupi to DCL, Semenyo to Gordon. I would say Semenyo to Gordon probably makes slightly more sense. They're both, yeah. I would go Semenyo to Gordon there. It's just better as well this week, and it's not really close between the two. John says 5 free transfers, Rice to Gordon or Szoboszlai. Every content correct saying Gordon, but my gut leans Szoboszlai. Also use a free transfer to Alderete or Stev for Anderson or Chow. Well, obviously as well, one thing that people are definitely overlooking is he is on pens now, Zoboslai, with Salah out. We're expecting him to take the pens. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays right back. That's the only thing I would say on that. So you'd need like you'd probably be hoping for like a corner assist or a direct free kick goal. So Gordon just, obviously he's on pens as well. So I just think he's better. But you know, if your gut's leaning Zoboslai, like go for it. That's fine. It's a game of gut feeling, FPL at times. Like you can take a super data-driven approach, but even the really analytical managers will look at the data and make their own decisions based on what they're seeing. Like I know people like say it, but I think it's ironic, or they say it ironically. Like people don't go onto FPL review and click solve and then just do whatever the top thing is. Like you have to look at what it's suggesting, look at what the data's saying, and still form your own decisions based on that. And you can disagree with it, with what you're seeing there. And I think that you have to go with your gut lots of times to even get an idea of how good your gut feeling is. Because imagine this comes off, or imagine it goes completely wrong. It's like, either way, it's a learning moment. So go for it. Use a free transfer for all the ratios, Stev, for Anderson or Chow. I probably wouldn't use a move on that. Oh, Fulham's Anderson. I think a Stev to Anderson I would do. Yeah, if you can bench Rate. I like Anderson. I think he's the best defender this week. Annihilism says, should I keep Tarkowski and roll up to free transfers or buy Chow? And what's the percentage chance I'm successful with Wilson captain? 50%. It's successful or it's not. I don't know. It's a good fixture, isn't it? It's a good fixture. I don't know. I think it's fine. Let's do a captain poll. I think he's probably the second most popular this week. I'm personally going Bruno, but I'll have him Vice because I do think Wilson's really good. So we'll go Bruno Fernandes, Wilson. Who would be number 3? Palmer. Other. I think you've got a good chance of getting something from him. Given Burnley are worse for XGC. More goals conceded than anyone. Should I keep Tarkowski and roll or buy Chow? I would just keep him. Keep Tarkowski. Get the extra transfers. Brace says, I've got 11 starters. Would you swap and Boomer for Gordon or Wilson? No, I'd leave it. I would just leave it, personally, and just hope and Boomer starts. I keep saying that like he's going to be benched. Like I don't actually know what his realistic chances at all of not starting are. I think he probably will. But he's just not played great recently. I know earlier people were saying Ahmad's not either, so that's true. Right, I think we need to pause Super Chats. I need to make my move and answer these questions. FPL Mika, what to do with 4 free transfers? 11 starting, 0.7 mil on the bank, Dubravka, Senesi. 4 free transfers, okay. So Rice to Gordon. How many starts have you got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You've already got 11 starters, have you? You don't need to do anything. You've already got 11 players. No, that's a roll. That's a roll. Roll to 5, Mikel. Looks good. Yeah, you're in a good position there. Wow. Roll. Arsene Wenger in the chat says 2 free transfers. Should I do O'Reilly to Hill or do you have good suggestions? O'Reilly replacements. Anderson I think is better. Chow from Newcastle. Hall from Newcastle. I like them more than Hill. If you're not wildcarding in 32, go for a Newcastle defender. Martinez travelled apparently. Okay. Yeah, I would go for those, Arsene. Anderson, if you haven't got him. Jamie, Fantasy PL, Mukiele sell or Semenyo to Zoboslai to get 11. I would rather do the Zobo move. Way more upside with that one. Yeah, Semenyo to Zobo. Tom Green, thank you as well. He says, who to bench between Zobo and Bumo Rogers? I suppose Mbumo. Mbumo and Rodgers. Between Mbumo and Rodgers, I definitely wouldn't bench Zobo. Mbumo. I know Rodgers has been bad as well, but he's got a great fixture. I'd play him. JH says, hi Oscar, what's your plans this game week? I'm going to do Salah to Wilson. I need to do that move before I forget. Right, let's just do a quick check. Final scan for news before I lock him. Maybe I'll wait actually, just in case there's any Man United news before the deadline. I don't think there will be, but Adam O'Brien, 2 free transfers, risk Mukiele and bring in Zoboslai Gordon. Semenyo and Haaland to Ekitike or Chalobah to Chow, and one of the above moves. Risk Mukiele and bring in Zob/Gordon. Right, got you. Yeah, I would use the 2 moves to bring in Gordon and Ekitike. Yeah, that's what I would do. Gordon and Ekitike him, Adam. Alex says, Alexander, sorry, says, I'm chasing the upside. Would you do Timber and Salah to Gordon and Hall for -4, or just Timber to Hall and start stack? Why does Salah out have to be a -4? Why can't it just be Salah to Gordon? Oh, you're asking, so if Timber to Hall is what you need to get 11, then I prioritise that. But if you've got the option of either, Salah to Gordon is what I'll do, if that also lets you play 11. But yeah, if it has to be if it has to be the defender move for 11, do that. And I wouldn't take a hit for Gordon if you've already got 11. When are you wildcarding? Probably Gameweek 32. But I'm going to wait for the FA Cup games. Would you risk Tarkowski? I would risk him, yeah. Moyes seemed fairly optimistic, but you never know, do you, with managers and the pressers. But he said he's going to be in and around the squad. Whatever that means. Like, what does that mean? Why do they talk in riddles? He's going to be in and around the squad. But it has been reported as well by El Bobo, who's like really reliable for Everton, that he has trained. So I think it's alright, given that he's trained. But you never know. Should I get rid of Salah to get 11 players? Yeah, I would sell him. Salah replacements or best mids in general. Wilson, Gordon. Obviously Bruno #1 if you haven't got Bruno. Palmer. Matcha Podcast says, Lefay for Wilson. Should I Semenyo to Gordon Zoboslai? Lefay for Wilson, yes. Semenyo to Gordon, yes. Again, unless it's a -4 and you've already got 11 players, then I probably wouldn't do that. Otherwise, yes, Gordon and Wilson. DK says he's got 0.5 mil in the bank. Krupi, no bench, no transfers, help. That's fine. It is what it is. Like we're all in the same boat where it's a blank game week and people are just scraping together 11. Some people haven't even got 11. Some are playing 9 or 10 players. It's just one of those weeks. Like we're all in the same boat. Has Twitter gone down? No. Right, no news there, so I'm going to make my move. Make transfers. Salah to Wilson. Confirm. Right, let's fiddle that around, do like that. Put Gordon. Ah, no. Not Gordon. Right, screenshot. Oh, that is. Salah out. This is one of the most painful transfers I've ever made. Salah to Wilson is done. Game week 31. Salah. Boom. Tweeted. Right. Any last questions? Mohammed says Mukiele to Van Heck or Anderson. Anderson, Mohammed. Anderson. They've got the joint best clean sheet odds this week. Both 40%. Fulham and Newcastle. So if you're buying a defender this week, Anderson I like the most, as long as you're set up well for 32, because you don't want to play Anderson in 32. If you're wildcard 32, then it's irrelevant. Newcastle's fixtures are a bit better after 31, so Chow is also great, and Hull. Those would be my top 3 defenders. Van Dijk probably 4th. If you had another transfer, would you have transferred Mukiele out? No, I probably wouldn't have. I probably still would have kept him. Again, it's just because of the potential upside of double game weeks later and other things to account for. Like, we'll know in a couple of weeks' time after the next FA Cup round, but as it stands, the likeliest double game week 33 is that. And then those 6 teams, or whoever doubles in 33, then blanks the week after in 34. Plus, we're expecting a small double game week 36. Could be a small blank game week 37. So, anything could happen. So that's why I still would have just kept the extra transfer. So Salah to Wilson is done. And I'm just going to play Mukiele. And hope that he comes into the 11. The timeline was 2 to 3 weeks, which was basically, he should in theory make it the Newcastle game. But that was always just an estimation. He could have had a slightly slower recovery than expected. Who knows? Krupi Jr. to Thiago. Yeah, that's worth it. I would do that. Harry's benching Bumo. For who? Has he got a leak or something? Who's he benching him for? Well, it's 2 minutes till deadline, so... I'll ask him. Oh, he's auto subbing on. Is he just doing bench wankery? Gordon or Zobosai? Gordon, Oscar. You've got 2 minutes till deadline. Blue Mac. O'Reilly to Chow or Ndai to Wilson. The only doubt is Mukiele. I prefer Ndai to Wilson. Oh, he's just auto subbing. Okay. He's just being... okay, he's just doing the old auto sub. Like I could start Gabriel... O'Reilly and Mane. It wouldn't make any difference this week if we've got no bench. Just doing the bench jam. Alright. Disgraceful behaviour. Bench wankery. Stack or Dewsbury Hall? Stack. Wilson captain. Don't mind it. Final captain poll results. 74% Bruno. 19% Wilson. 3% Palmer. 4% other. And if you guys want to check out Holy, new stream sponsor, I'll be drinking them for the rest of the season on streams. There's a link in the description to get a discount on that. 10% off or a $5 off, whatever gets you a bigger discount. Thank you to Holy as well for the support. Wilson triple captain, surely save it. Surely save it. It's too late, that's the deadline. That is the deadline, we made it. Is there anyone to raid? We haven't done a raid for a while. What did we do on last week? I might be chatting shit. FPL, let's see who's streaming. Who is live? FPL Focal, Raptor, Ryan, Fran. Oh, Callum's live. Is he about to end? Ah, subscribers only mode. The best one is when it's not sub only. That's what we ideally want. FPL D unit. Subscribers only mode. FPL Hawley. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Hopefully he still stays live. I've not seen his channel before. Let's go send him some love. He's got 7 tuned in, so everyone head over to FPL Hawley's channel. Spam Focal Raid in his chat. Good luck this game week, everyone. Thank you as always for tuning in. I appreciate you. Hope you have an excellent weekend, a good Friday night, a good game week. I've put the link in the chat, so head over to him and spam Focal Raid in this chat. That is it from me. Good luck, everyone. Focal out.
De Bruyne's corner.